Now, for the most part, this schedule is a lot harder than last season. It's not too bad. It is something that we can handle. A lot of these games are, technically speaking, winnable games. But we're going to go ahead and see how this is going to go, in my personal opinion. Now, you may not agree with how many games that I think the Chargers will win, but we'll see by the end, and you can let me know in the comments how you think this is going to go. But this is my opinion, so hey, it is what it is. Now, starting off, we got the Chiefs versus Chargers in Brazil, stealing one of our home games. So we're getting screwed over as usual. It is what it is. I'm gonna surprise everybody by saying I think we win this game 24-21. I think that is early in the season. I think both teams aren't necessarily going to be on their game. There's a lot to exploit here for the Chargers, and for the most part, I think a lot of it is going to depend on how a lot of these new players play. People like Najee Harris, or even rookies like Amarian Hampton. So I think a lot of it is going to depend on these new players, just seeing how this team functions together. And we're going to see that in preseason. We're going to see how this new team gels together. I think we take Kermit the Frog down. He goes home crying. We're going to send him back home to eat some fried chicken. And that's what it's going to be. We win. Moving on to week 2, we got the Raiders. I don't think it's a surprise to say we win this game 30-17. Easy win. Not much to say here. And they have gotten better. The Raiders have gotten better, but let's be real. What are they going to do? What are the Raiders supposed to do to us? We have a better offense, better defense, better players, better pizza, Papa John. Get them the out of here on Monday Night Football. Next up in week 3, we got the Broncos. I got us winning 20-17. Now the Broncos, their defense has gotten even better. They're way better than they were last year, in my personal opinion. But we've also gotten better as well. The Chargers aren't really the best when it comes to expectations. And it would be fair to say that we also lose this game as well. But today isn't one of those days. We win 20-17 at home. So we taking that game. Get the Broncos out of here. I don't like horses anyways. Moving on to the Giants in New York. I also think we take this game. Again, not much explanation here. 35-10. I think that we just have too much firepower. The Giants, they don't have as much as we do, or really anybody else in the league. They're going to be a top 3 pick this season, so really not much to go on there. We win that game pretty convincingly. Next up in week 5, we got the Commanders in DC, and we take an L there. Yeah, we're gonna get absolutely f***ed up. It's not gonna be good. It's gonna be the first loss of the season, and it's probably gonna be pretty ugly. I got us losing 40-28. I'm not so stupid and delusional to think that that's gonna go too well. I think it's gonna be a competitive game for a lot of the game, either in the first half or the second half. They're gonna pull away, and it's probably gonna be pretty bad. But that's okay. That's only one loss. That's only one loss on the season so far. That's a 4-1 record. That's pretty good. And then in week 6, we got the Miami Dolphins in Miami. Actually, as a matter of fact, the previous game with the Commanders, that was a home game. It actually isn't in DC. I don't know why I thought it would be in DC. I read that completely wrong. But this one is going to be in Miami, where we take a dub, close game 33-30. I think we give Tua another concussion, and it's going to be night-night for him as we win. Last time we played the Dolphins, I believe we lost. It was also a close game. Chargers-Dolphins usually is a close game, but at the end of the day, I think we take that. I think that our offense is going to be a lot more explosive. And I'm particularly speaking on the running game, and I don't think the Dolphins will be able to stop that. But then again, I could be wrong. The running game could be complete ass. Who knows? I know I sure don't. The Chargers, they love to shaft my expectations. So at the end, we gotta see. We'll see how that goes. If I'm crying, then you know what happened. In week 7, we got the Colts at home again, 34-17. Tell me who you think's gonna win that game. I got 34-17, and I don't think there's much the Colts can do about it. It's gonna be very similar to the Giants game, but it could also be a trap game. It could very well be a trap game that we end up losing. In week 8, we got the Vikings. Thursday Night Football. So with the memory of that in the back of my head and everyone else's head, I still think we take this game. Close game, 27-24 in our favor. It's a home game, but again, the Vikings are always a tough team to play. They got a lot of new stuff going on over there in Minnesota, and I really do think they're going to be a very good team this season. I know a lot of people would probably have us losing this game. I think we can pull this win out. I think we got a lot better from last season. In particular, our offense has improved a lot because our defense has made their improvements, has gotten better with Jesse Minter, but I just think that our offense has made it to a point where we don't have one of the top offenses. We'll have to see about that, but I think that we're possibly at a point where we can have confidence in this offense to really put up points in games and win games. For now, I'm going to have faith in the team to do that, which is why I have the Chargers winning that game. And then in week 9, we go to Tennessee to play the Titans, where we win 30-20. This should, theoretically speaking, I think it should be a blowout game, but at the end of the day, the Titans always play us pretty hard for the most part, which is why I have us with a 10-point win. But at the same time, it's not going to be easy. This is in no way going to be an easy game for the Chargers to win, which is why it is 30-20 in our favor. And then in week 10, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers in Los Angeles, which, by the way, I might be going to this game. I don't know. I'll have to see how my schedule works out, but I might be there. But I got us losing this game, so I might be in attendance for a big L, so that'd be unfortunate. That's gonna be my new policy. I'm only gonna go to games where I know the Chargers are gonna win. I'll go to New York. I'll go to Indianapolis, or I think that was in LA. But regardless, I'll probably just start going to games that I know for a fact that we can win. We're losing to the Steelers. I think that's gonna be the trap game that we get, that we will lose. In all facets of the game, we should demolish the Steelers, but they're a tough team to beat. Tough defense. Herbert might get injured again against the Steelers. Who knows? I got us losing 17-10. Steelers games are always low-scoring games. Very tough defense. They'll find a way to score a touchdown somehow at the end of the game. Somehow pull out a win. They're a very tough, gritty team. So at the end of the day, game against the Steelers is always going to be tough. Probably not very high scoring. Always tough. And then in week 11, we got the Jaguars. I know. I know. It's tough.
Patterson's kick is up. The field goal is.
Some nights I can't sleep. Some nights I cry myself to sleep. But most of the time,
Good!
I see red.
It should have been me, not him. It's not fair.
I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just because you don't like the way another nigga talk.
Constructive ideas to help me get through this shit, then I promise you I'm listening, I promise. But if not, then please keep your heads down, keep your mouth shut, and let me get us out of this like I got us out of every other motherfucking thing out.
Down 27-0, and they just kicked it to win it.
40-27 in our favor. And that's all I got to say. Get them out of here. Week 12 is a bye week, so we can rest our players. Half the defense is probably going to be injured. Knock on wood. There's no wood around me, so you're going to have to do it for me. But regardless, there's probably going to be some offensive players injured as well. It happens every season. I think this is a nice bye that we have at week 12. This is the first time we've actually had a decent bye week in the past couple seasons. But at the same time, I don't know. It just depends. It's tough because you never know what's going to happen in the season. You don't know if we're going to need it at the beginning or need it at the end. I do like the placement of this bye because everything that comes after this bye week is a very tough game, or at the very least a very important game. These last 5, 6, 7 games are going to be very tedious. You might be thinking, you have the Chargers winning all these games. You just wait. Then we come out in week 13 against the Las Vegas Raiders, and we take a dub. 37-7, we sweep the Raiders. Get them out of here. They're not winning anymore. I don't care who they are. Brock Bowers, Austin Powers, Chargers in 1. We're winning that game very easy. Their uniforms are ugly. No one likes Pirates. They should have stayed in Oakland. Lame ass stadium, lame ass personnel, lame ass coach, lame ass players, lame ass social media. All right, that might be a little bit too much, but you get the point. We're beating the Raiders 37-7. No problem. Get the brooms. Then in week 14, we are back home again, which, by the way, against the Raiders, it's actually not in Las Vegas. I don't know why I said that. I just wanted it to be there. It's at home. It's a home game. But then against the Eagles, week 14 is another home game on Monday Night Football, where we take a big fat L. We are losing to the Eagles. We're going to get pummeled, stomped out, spit on, whatever, however you want to do it. Straight BDSM from the Eagles to us. It's going to be bad. Actually, no, I'm just kidding. I think we lose 31-27. This one could go either way. It could be a blowout, or it could be a nice a nice loss, you know, a loss that's nice to look at, to where you didn't get blown out. You know, you still have your respect and dignity intact, but that's what I think it's going to be. Then you got week 15 against the Kansas City Chiefs at home for the Chiefs in Arrowhead. So, as per usual, you know, it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be loud. It's going to suck. It's going to be a lot of Chiefs fans talking, but we can do this. I believe in the Chargers to win this game, which is why I got the Chargers taking a fat ass L, 24-21. I think it's going to be a very close game, but I just can't convince myself that the Chargers sweep the Chiefs. That just won't. I got to see it before I believe it. I think we win in Brazil because neither team is going to be on their game. I just think that the Chargers might be prepared a little more. Typically we are, but you know, a lot of calls don't go our way. You know, a lot of dark magic going on. So 24-21, not in the Chargers' favor. So sorry to get your hopes up there. Then in week 16, we got the Dallas Cowboys, but we beat them too. We beat the quote-unquote Super Bowl champs 28-21. I think it'll be a good game. Typically we lose to the Cowboys, but I think this is the year that we, you know, get them out of the way, beat them. I don't think it should be that difficult of a game, but that's why I met it in the middle and said 28-21, because it could be a tough game. It very well could be. The combination with Pickens and I almost said Dez Bryant. My bad. What's his name? I almost said Puka Nacua. What am I thinking? What is his name? God. CeeDee Lamb, that's his name. CeeDee Lamb. I could not think of it to save my life. That's his name. CeeDee Lamb. Yeah, George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. Real good combination with Dez Bryant. Okay, and then we move on to week 17 against the Texans, where we take another L. Big L, 24-14. We do not get our revenge against CJ Stroud and friends. Instead, I think CJ Stroud and friends stomp us out, and I think they embarrass us at home. So that's unfortunate. Wait, hold on. That's a home game. I don't know. Actually, hold on. We might win this game. I don't know. Hold on. I didn't see that. Wait. It's possible we could win this game. Very possible. But for now, I'll have the Chargers losing that game, mostly because I used permanent marker on this piece of paper. So I have the Chargers losing that game 24-14. And again, Texans, they're still a very good team. They're still going to win their division because they're still going to be at a 4th seed at the bare minimum. They got that Patriots division going on. So at the end of the day, they're good enough to beat us. So, and then in week 18, a lot of people say the season's going to come down to the wire and this is going to be the most important game of the season. Some people say this is going to be the game for the division. Now, me personally, I don't know. I don't think this is going to be the game for the division. I think week 15 against the Chiefs is going to be that game. But this could also be that. This could be to see who's going to get runner-up in the division, to see who's going to get a wild card spot. Either way, this is going to be a very important game. We could already have a clinched spot in the playoffs. The Broncos could already have a clinched spot in the playoffs. Or this could be for the last spot in the playoffs. All I know is 21-20, very close game. Extremely close game. It's going to be very much going to be like last season, how the Chargers had to make that stellar, that sexy comeback that made us all feel very different in our midsection. I got the Chargers winning that game in Denver, in the Mile High City. No one likes horses. 21-20 in the Chargers' favor. Get the Broncos out of here. Get the brooms! Get the brooms. They're getting swept. It is what it is. I'm sleeping on the Broncos. Yes, I am asleep. REM. Get them out of here. So that's what I think it's going to be for this season. That's my predictions for the Chargers schedule. I got the Chargers going 12-5 with a low of 10-7 and a high of 13-4. I don't think the Chargers can win more than 13 games this season. I don't think they lose less than 10. But I do think 10 is the floor. This season, I just want the Chargers to. I need one playoff win, just one. I haven't seen the Chargers win a playoff game since 2018. Since high school. So that's what I need. I need it now. But you can let me know if you agree with me or not. You probably will. So there's no need to comment. Please comment. I need the engagement. But regardless, that's what it is. That's what it's gonna be. And I'll catch you later.